Most people don't like coming home to an empty house, but it's the best part of my day. Leaving it is the hardest. The walk to the store is long and cold, and I wrap my arms around myself. It's early, and the fresh laid powder is untouched. It snowed overnight just enough to make everything beautiful, but not so much to make everyone miserable. The sky is a tranquil, washed-out blue, and the streets are coated in a blanket of stillness. Icicles drip beneath snow-lined branches. The sun, so brilliant against the snow I have to shield my eyes, forms the shadow that is my only companion on my way to work. Each step I take leaves a crunching footprint behind me. Approaching the end of the street, I pass the only house that could be considered my neighbor, though there is a huge plot of land that stretches between us, barren except for a small oasis of trees. The town sheriff, Sheriff Harmon, lives there, though we've never met. I've seen his headlights like tiny fireflies in the distance, pulling into his driveway late at night and pulling out again early in the morning. But catching glimpses of his police car from my window has been the extent of our interaction. As for anyone else who might be living nearby, they're all strangers to me. I come to the end of the street and turn left at the stop sign onto the single-lane highway. Here, the narrow road has already been plowed, so I find a stretch of exposed pavement and quicken my pace. There's not much to see. A few large warehouses in the distance, a rundown barn, and a decaying fence. Vast expanses of snow-covered fields. It doesn't really turn pretty until I get closer to Main Street. I turn left again at the corner and pass a small specialty market. Across the street is a 2-story gallery with thickly framed watercolors and colorful beaded necklaces hanging in the window. I pass the flower shop with its latticed storefront and its lights already on. Steam rises out of an exhaust pipe above the little diner at the end of the block, and I can smell the flour in the air. There's a bakery with what must be decrepit fondant-covered boxes piled high in the front display, not having changed at all since I arrived in this town. There's a used bookstore, its aisles so narrow and jammed with books it feels like a life-size maze. I've ventured in a handful of times, but refuse to visit too often. I don't want the owner to start referring to me as a regular. I walk by one of the many souvenir shops, which really aren't any different from the shop where I work, but which my boss, Mr. Ito, insists on calling convenience stores. I turn right on Cottage Row, another block down, and cut across the empty street. I pull the key from the inside pocket of my parka and let myself in with a ding of the bell. I lock the door behind me and flip the switch, watching each row of fluorescent lights come to life in succession, like stadium spectators doing the wave. There's a small storage room in the back where Mr. Ito keeps all of the business's paperwork, and I hang my coat on a hook on the wall. It's just before 8 o'clock. On Saturdays, the store opens at 10. I sit down in the office chair behind Mr. Ito's desk, and I wait. Mr. Terry Ito and I are the establishment's only 2 employees. The wooden sign above the front window reads the Treasure Box, but we just call it the store. I wandered in the week I moved to Fish Creek, a small town near the northernmost point of a serrated peninsula off the east coast of Wisconsin. I was looking for basic necessities, like scented stationery and dream catchers. Mr. Ito was alone behind the counter and let me saunter around uninterrupted until I approached him to pay for my selections.